He was Olivia's brother! You deserve to know what I plan to do, even if I wanted it to be a surprise. Honestly, Inko, I feel like you should have been discussing this with them for a while. Also, please note how we start sentences with Damien now. Because there's not just I. We are not stuck in Inko's head, so we can't just start every sentence with I. So we're just going to start it with a name instead. Great. That's not the problem. As recall that specific moment with his partner. I don't get this. I can kind of see something, right? And I'm not giving the man credit for this, but I can see. I like to imagine that Inko heard or saw, maybe he was present, maybe he wasn't, maybe he heard about it later, the whole, like, Liz proposal, right? And Inko got the thought of, like, it's the proposal that does it. It's not like this is a culmination of things, but, like, this is a solution to problems. I could see that, because Inko is a big bingus, and it is ending too. I feel like a better story would kind of hone in on that idea, would have Inko go, yes, I remember when Damien told me about this. Not like that, of course, that's a bit flat. But to have him constantly compare himself to Damien and to create this unrealistic expectation, to be like, Olivia is Liz. And Olivia naturally wouldn't be too happy with that. Be like, what the fuck do you mean I'm like her? Oh my god. Man, these sentences are awkward. Yeah, I guess they're talking about the whole fucking... This always terrified me. I thought it was the family. Also, again, my man, you're gonna have to wait until Esther season, which is like another, 6 months minimum? Again, shouldn't Valentine's Day be on Esther season start or something? Probably are like varied. They probably take the average or something. Like, this is the time when it begins, yay! Also, what do you mean starting a family? By the time Wani ends, you're already pretty close together. And if you're going with ending too, like, they don't start a family at all, which is weird. It's implied that they're having a lot of sex. It's implied that Olivia is probably fertile. Although, personally, I always like the idea that she isn't, which is part of why she throws herself at her art. Not saying that women are only defined by their capacity to reproduce. Don't be one of those people. What I'm saying is that Olivia probably got that news, and she's like, well, if I can't make a legacy like that, and I'm good at art, fuck it, man. I got nothing to lose, baby. I don't gotta marry nobody. You know, because societal pressures exist. And she's like, I've been absolved of the societal pressure of marrying. So I can just do whatever I want. And so she threw herself into art. And I would like that idea. I like that a lot. Like, I could totally see that Olivia doesn't really care about marriage at all. Like, to her, it doesn't matter. It's like, no, we're friends. We're close, right? Like, she never had too many friends in her life, so logically, she should be like, what is marriage, Inko? What is it even? And Inko probably, he's been to fancy occasions. He's seen what marriage does to people. He's only seen the surface and the veneer. Like, we could have that be a thing where he's like, I remember when my parents took me to those beautiful weddings where billionaires spent millions of dollars, and they looked so happy up there, and he never... And then Damien's like, oh, you mean those guys who broke up like 2 months later? Like, it was all over the tabloids, Inko. Like, their marriage was miserable. I would love that, but we don't get that because that requires cognizance and a greater world. And, like, these people don't even seem to understand the concept of theory of mind sometimes. I'm honestly impressed that they aren't telepathic, which, by the way, really shitty fics will sometimes do this thing where characters seem to have telepathy. I get it, right? It's like you don't want to repeat yourself over and over again. But on the other hand, these characters should not have this information. This person is the only one who could tell them, and they haven't, and we should know if they tell them, because it's an important plot beat, and you didn't do it. Like, how did they learn? Oh, it's confident they'd accept me. Oh, yeah. Juanier. What does Juanier mean? Dude, what the fuck are we doing here? I'm very ugly. I'm gonna have to pull up that Linkara clip again. What time is it? That's where we started arguing. Let's fiddle with something a bit more. How is this a trouble theme? Oh, there you go. No, that's a bit too much, man. I switched to like Stargazer, just doesn't fit this current situation. Ugh, let's just go with, what was it again? Nightwalk. It's good enough. So we're back in the present? I guess he's talking to his therapist. That happened almost a year ago. Oh. Jesus Christ, man. It's been 3 years. You knew that guy for like 6 months. Actually, he probably knew him for like 3 months. I would like to point out the school year starts in September, and that's 3 months until December, and Yadakan is dead before the new year. Inko, you knew this man for like 3 months. Tops. But I can feel that regretting it now. I'm gonna go specialize very well. So, let me get this straight. We made a whole fucking scene about Inko losing his opportunity to go to university because of his background. And then someone hires him anyway? So, the trial gets solved off screen. This gets solved off screen. It really feels like the author just doesn't know what they actually want to write about. Like, they just want to write about Inko and Olivia having this up and down relationship. But they keep introducing all these other things that happen around. They're like, no, I don't like this. I gotta get rid of it. I feel like Inko should struggle. The man has no experience. He doesn't know anyone in the field. He's terrible. He should not just start at the top. And if you're gonna do it, that should be the scene, right? Show us Inko being super happy that things are going well. It's like, man, I wanted to cut into photography, and after getting turned down, I was so negative, and now someone told me, yeah, I'm so happy. But we don't get that. Like, the actual fucking plot beats in the story are ignored for this fucking bullshit that we already knew about. Man. Showing and not telling is supplanted here by telling us and showing us things we don't care about. By telling us about things and then showing it anyway. God, it's miserable. A few weeks ago, I stopped going to rehab. So we get all these fucking character beats and summaries. Who is he even talking to? Although, admittedly, it is fine if you want to be a bit more... She'll take photos, so that's useful. You're literally a photographer. It's assumed you can still take photos. Then we go back and dude, you need like a like you have you keep formatting this shit differently. Like, pick a format and make it clear. Weeks after the barbecue, weeks before the incident. Wait. I thought we were doing ending 2. Like, wasn't it implied that the barbecue thing was like right after high school? I guess maybe it wasn't. I thought it was like the summer after high school ended. But I guess that would be a bit early. So this was like pretty recent compared to the accident. Which was in September, and the accident was in October. Which is like really weird. Like, it makes way more sense that this happened like a while ago and they've been in a miserable relationship since. Man, I don't get it, man. This guy needs to stop and like rephrase everything that's actually going on. Like, catch the reader up, because I'm just confused. Because again, we're just apparently cutting out everything. My listener asked. I mean, kudos on trying a different fucking way of phrasing a noun, but damn, dude. Also, I don't know how to feel about this. I thought the whole point about the bourbon being brought over by Eric is that Inko never drank before this moment. So Inko just has always been drinking since before the... What are we doing? It's... This story, right, feels like the author is retconning shit in front of my eyes. Well, actually not, because that's half the confusion. Okay, so let's be clear. We're not told who he's talking to here, apparently. We're not told who he's talking to here, it's just the listener. Oh. Oh my god, we're talking about Samantha again. Aren't you a bit large to be a baryonyx? It's the first thing I saw about you. Olivia is literally Inko's height. Have you seen the dance scene? She's not that short. Also, she's kind of fat. How would you know that a baryonyx is not supposed to be that tall? I don't get it, man. Dude, this shit is exactly why I get the fuck out of my life. Just fuck off! Like, this is what I mean, right? It's like, who cares? Is this that important? Is this like, oh, I'm African-American thing? It's like, yeah, I can see you're a dinosaur, and I can see you got wings. And I feel the conversation should just stop right there. Also, another reason you don't want to start every sentence with I is, you might notice that I get mistaken for this, and I don't see the difference. Like, this is her, this is Inko, this is Inko again. And this is Inko. Like, you can't use the same pronoun and expect it to not trip over itself. A Dinosaurus. What a strange name. Human in town. He was the only human in the school. It was never implied that that Volca Bluffs as a whole was especially low in humans. Even if it was... Like, here's the big problem, right? The only reason this town would be especially large on dinos is because it's a hotter climate where dinosaurs thrive. And if that's true, why the fuck does it snow in December? Like, there is no world building in Wani and Snoot. They don't care. It's not important. There's a reason why Snoot features no Christmas. At all. I think there's like a lot of issues, but it never features snow or anything because it knows where it is. And then Wani is trying to do all these other things instead, and it feels so much more like nobody actually fucking gave a shit. I remember being told that someone said that like by the time they got to Wani was a whole different crew, and I can see that because the original feels way more like. If that's true, if Wani was not made by the same people, by the same cavemen then I don't know if they even belong in the same series because they are so weirdly the same yet different. Like, one is clearly an imitation product at times. There is no world building. Like, world building is not, oh, well, there are dinosaurs and they have Easter season. It is, what the fuck does that mean for society? What happens to politics? How does the economy function? Do condom manufacturers only produce during Easter season and the rest is just stock they hold on to for the rest of the year? You know, bulk production? I was drunk at the time to recruit, never got around to picking a client for fun. Oh yeah, she used to do sex things. Which is, I guess that's why we started this chapter off on sex. Look at how many times we start off with, it's just like, what the fuck are we doing here, man? Do you want to know why I keep losing my faith and desire to do this? It's because I'm starting to understand that, like, Wani, like, Snoot Game is fun because it's got comedy, it's got energy, it's got a certain joie de vivre, you know. It's a shitpost, and we're all in on the joke. Wani feels way more serious, and you can tell that like the world building is both more expansive, but doesn't actually do any real world building. It just establishes trivia facts for trivia night. And it feels kind of flat as a result, and like emotionally the core is kind of weird, and could have been done differently, and it could have focused on like so many other things, and it doesn't. And you start to realize that, yeah, it's a cute shitpost, but it's kind of a shit story. And so everyone who keeps writing about this just doesn't work, and it makes me kind of nauseous. And I wish I had something else I could do instead. And I'm honestly at my limit on this. And then I'll come back anyway. 2 years. So, we're just fast fucking forwarding. Okay, let me, please, Inko, for fuck's sake. Olivia attacked you. You haven't seen her in 2 years. You are not cheating on Olivia! You aren't even married! This implies that you and Olivia are still like, what is going on? What is happening? What time is it? Good to help her. I thought Samantha was already doing fine. I think 2 years from when you met her should be even better. Oh my god. So Inko's just clubbing now? Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Not on the streets or for mere coins. Dude, you live in America. What fucking prostitute is going to accept coins? Your bills are dollars. Your singles are dollars. They're bills. They're paper. Who works for coins? Is that a Spanish thing? Do in Mexico? Is that currency go up? Like, hold up. Let's look this up. Mexican currency. Wiki. Please. The Mexican peso. There you go. What are the denominations? I want to know the current ones. Okay, yeah. Apparently they have coins going up to... Oh, they go up to like... They go up into the multiples, yes. At least these ones do. The Mexican peso, we got... I mean, I imagine that no one uses the fucking 201. Oh, these are new peso coins. Okay, new peso coins, they go up to 20 still. The Series C coins, which is 1996, still has the 20 coin. Series D coin. The D series doesn't seem to do anything else. Punch out the core of the 1, 2, and 5. Oh, that's so cute. They took the center out of the coins. That's a cute way of doing it. I really do like the €2 coin, you know, with the little ring. I like coins that have a little rim. It's cute. Banknotes. What kind of banknotes are they? Oh, they do have ones, but that's 1936. That's not nowadays. Because we're talking about people who grew up today. So it seems to start around the 10 to 20 pesos is where you start getting the coin, the paper notes. So yes, I imagine that, yeah, if you are Spanish, this is the kind of like small scale cultural stuff, right? That wouldn't, like, I'm not even saying he has to, because remember, he's just translating his original script, which is written by Spanish people for Spanish people, but it's so telling, right? Not a single prostitute in America would ever take coins, because they will only take you, they will minimum require you to pay in dollar bills, because no one's taking fucking quarters off your hand. Like, it's such an interesting cultural thing to notice. And somehow, that is more fucking interesting than anything else you've written! Jesus Christ. What a crappy drink I had in my early days. Man, I am not a bourbon guy. I don't know why I just kept drinking bourbon. I guess that's us. Jewish disaster, I love celebrating with the fake people around me. Why are you calling them fake? Inko, you're fake. It's ending too. You're implicitly fake. We haven't seen you unfakeify yourself. Also, how the fuck are you affording this stuff? I guess his rich friends were paying it way too much. A selfish mind wanted to solo, you see the flaws, and just look at this one. Also, I feel like if you really wanted to make the story more interesting, you could have it be that Inko's new, like, wedding photography friends are, like, because of Malcolm. You know, the groom? Like, the groom got him involved with this? But why? It's because you never cared about photography. I personally like to go with the angle that Inko did photography because he always took the pictures at school trips, at field trips and stuff. Because he was going to leave soon enough anyway, so no one cared to have him in the pictures. And there's also the theory that, like, he just picked it up because he wanted to do something, and photography is really easy if you look at it superficially, you know. Compared to painting, where it's like you still have to use some dexterous stuff, it's like, oh, just point and click, right? That's just all there is to photography. And, like, Iadacon's supposed to be the wake-up call from that. Kind of funny that, like, Iadacon dies, and so does Inkos. Also, photography. As if I were a singer, but being named a scarred lensman drew a certain audience. Dude, who the fuck calls you a... What does lensman even mean? I know what you're going for vibes-wise, right? I feel like the scarred taker would be... What do you mean, taker? What does he take? Your picture. Oh! Especially one... I thought you were taking private shots for fucking magazine, for, like, people's weddings. What are you talking about? They would capture unique images. How? With what expertise? Are you good at this? Are you just a lucky bastard? I would love if he's lucky and he's just having massive, like, confidence issues as a result of that. What about me? Yes, that is exactly why I go with the idea that, like, he picked up photography because he always took pictures during school field trips, and he just never understood why that happened. He just thought that everyone thought he was a great photographer. Because he's an idiot. Because he's just a fucking child. The attention of the public doesn't interest me at all, which is weird because I kind of got the impression that Inko does care about it. He does, like, extract a certain degree of self-worth out of the people around him. Also, this man apparently picked himself out of the gutter despite being disabled and sentenced within 2 years. Within 2 fucking years, a man who is both disabled and has a prison, and that's like a criminal sentence on his record, somehow picked himself up. That does not happen in America, man. I don't know how it works in Mexico, but it does not happen like that in USA. Also, I fucking love that in Mindjammer, they call USA, they call it the Usian culture. Oh, we're going to USA, because people don't know what the fuck it is anymore. It's so old by now. Also, it doesn't exist in any meaningful capacity. It's just like a leftover. I love it. I love that the map of Earth is like, I don't know what the fuck's going on over here, buddy. When you become untouchable, you are unable to touch. I mean, fair enough. Again, so Inko is becoming a cynic. Let's just go with Inko is now becoming a cynical little boy. I feel like part of the problem is that nothing ever happens on the moment, right? Like, Inko puts on his smile, but it's never putting on my best smile. I try to cover my act, you know? It's never like that. We never get active verbs. We always get, like, whatever. Also, why are you at a club? It's like a disability, man. An untaxed bill. What the fuck is an untaxed bill? You mean you're paying in black money? Dark dollars? I wonder if that's like Spanish. Does this mean that he didn't give like a tip? No gratuity? Do you even tip in Mexico? Is that a thing in Mexico? I know it's in America. Like in America, it's like half the fucking wages apparently because of stupid bullshit laws and no one wants to do anything about it. Americans are perfectly content getting fucked over as long as it means they don't have to get up early in the morning. Oh, they're hardworking people. You mean they're fucking idiots? They're fucking idiots who want to improve their lives, even if the opportunity is super obvious. Because they'd rather be lazy and let things come as they may than do something about it. They get their faces stomped in on. They're like, oh, thank you, sir. I'll go work tomorrow at 10. Sparing a 2028. I'm glad that you remind us because you've been using relatively vague definitions of 2 years, despite the fact you've been very explicit otherwise. She never gives up. Oh yeah, Olivia's still writing letters. I mean, at this point, I imagine it's just therapy for her. I read them all, Olivia. You've read them all, but you haven't read any this year. What the fuck are you talking about? It's like, this is what I mean, right? With the author doesn't know what the fuck he wants. It's like, he writes, I've read them all, and it's like, no, if you read them all, then, oh, I can't do that. And he doesn't want to delete the line. Why don't you delete this line and let this speak for itself? It's like, oh, he hasn't read these years, so he has read the other years. Like, nothing speaks for itself. Listen, a thing about writing is you kind of have to assume that your audience is smart and intelligent and sexy and handsome, and you want to nudge them, and you want to give them information after the fact if they're stupid, like little reminders and all. But you also kind of don't want to be like, oh man, you're such an idiot, I'm just going to remind you. Like, this alone implies what this says. Although I do like the Olivia at the end. That is a cute touch. Oh. Okay, so let's make this clear, right? So he did read them all. It's just that he hasn't read any this year. What he actually meant to say is she hasn't sent any this year. Jesus Christ. I wonder if this is just, again, the Spanish fucking everything up. Like, you could keep this line and then go like, but I haven't read any. But I haven't gotten any this year. It's way better. Because that way we're like, oh, he does read them. And then it's like, oh, she isn't sending anything anymore. I mean, fair enough. Because like, you're not answering any of her letters. And for some reason you think it's cheating on her. Like, let me get this straight, right? This guy hasn't seen her in years. Has read her letters and never answered. It's like, it's cheating if I dated someone else. What a fucked up weirdo. Inko, you're fucked up. You need to see a doctor. This is not how relationships work. She found someone else. Good for... Yes, Oliver. You keep fucking having it in your head that it's Oliver. Why don't you assume it's Oliver? Oh, it's the letter. First one she said... Jesus Christ, I'm so confused. So this is like he's got letters in his pocket, and they're from... Wait a minute. The letter is from spring. But it's the end of the year. And she hasn't said... I'm very confused. So you do have a letter from this year. You just haven't read... But you read them all... Like I said, this author writes as if retcons are just like something you do every paragraph. Oh no, I can't believe fucking Guts died. I think I'm gonna pull something up that's kind of important on this part. So Rats don't live that long. We are like 4 years out, right? Rats can live up to like 2, 3 years. I imagine maybe like 5 if you're super lucky, but it's implied that she's had guts for a long while. I don't think guts would survive. Like again, we don't see guts in the other endings, right? So I'm pretty sure guts just dies after high school. So all I want to say is I don't know how the fuck guts is still alive. We know why guts is still alive. It's because the author's a hack fraud and needs to have something to do. Jesus fucking Christ, that's cute. Why couldn't we have had that? Wait, was that at the beginning? Why do you care? Like, I understand that he cares about Olivia, but I don't think Inko especially cares about Guts. That's never really a thing I got from him. Jesus Christ, I'm so confused what the hell's going on. They got married, but never learned more details. Oh! I like how was invited. I like how they invite. Why did Damien invite Eric? I could see Olivia or you inviting him. Like, Inko and Olivia seem to like Eric. But how the fuck does Damien know Eric? He probably saw him like once visiting you in the hospital. Who the fuck is Eric? Just a pillar of the community, Officer Eric. Oh shit, I don't have a lot of time. I just remembered. So stupid. I don't have multiple hours. Well, we're almost done anyway. Also, I like to imagine that you're not responding to a letter in which she confesses, like, my rat died. What do you mean she will simply stop sending letters? You already said she stopped writing! And you stopped paying attention. What is happening? What time is it? I. Jesus Christ, you're ending on 6 I's in a row, man. 6 I's in a row, man! Jesus, I'm so fucked up. Seemed destined for an art school. What does that mean? She seemed destined. Oh my god. I like how you lost contact with Eric, who seems to be having this wonderful life with his son. Isn't he retired by this point? So I'm surprised that Olivia has been able to survive so far. I'm kind of fucked up. I'm mostly confused what the story is even about at this point. I feel like Damien had the right idea with like, hey, don't like use marriage as a crutch, man. Like, oh my god, this whole thing is like, oh man, I can't believe Damien is the reason. No! That's not how fucking proposals work. Anyway, we're going to 2029. When did this fucking fic start again? What's chapter 1? What chapter what year did this start out in? How far have we gone? It's 3 years, man. 3 fucking years since the accident. I don't get what this fic is even about at this point. I will say one thing. I want you to marvel. We fixed the fucking paragraph problem. I did not edit this. This is just how it came presented. My god. So, yeah. We're 7 chapters in. You know what? I hope this never updates again. I hope it's just stuck at 16 chapters, because I'm not even sure what the fuck the story is about. What are we trying to tell here? Right? We are several years out from the initial incident. These characters have grown apart. Apparently things are going fine, but also... I need a doctor, man. I'm getting an aneurysm.